I think. Good evening, everybody. This is Political Hot Seat Thursday night, and I'm here with a co-host and with a guest. Tonight is going to be a special show. We have a live call-in show at 727-8750 as our number, and we have a special show about a product that could possibly be manufactured here in Pahrump, Nevada. And I will take my co-host is going to be Harley tonight. And I think everybody knows who Harley is.
Yes.
And then my guest is Darryl Hill, who has, can I see your brochure there?
Sure.
Okay, this is going to be manufacturing a scooter for handicapped veterans and handicapped people in general, right?
Yes.
Okay, and it's going to be veterans built.
Yes.
Is that what it says? Okay, veterans are going to build it, and it's here in Pahrump.
Right.
And you have run into some problems, but first, would you explain what this is? The people, the partisanship in politics is really bad.
Right.
It's really bad, and Darryl has got firsthand knowledge of it. He hasn't given up the fight. He's been doing this for 8 to 9 years, but I'll let him explain. Go ahead, Darryl. What?
All right. Well, right now, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know who I am. I'm Darryl Hill from DCI Motors, and you see my shop over there on Blag. And we've really been pushing the V2 Economic Development Plan. And I got it to the point to where we were supported by Governor Sandoval. And from Governor Sandoval, we were pushed up to now Washington, D.C. through Congressman Heck, or Dr. Heck as I call him. So he's helped us get this agenda up to the VA administration in Washington, D.C. And what I'm coming across is that we have a lot of support letters. We have it from either our town, we have it from the commissioners, we have it from Governor Sandoval, we have Senator Heller, and we also have Congressman Heck. And Congressman Heck was a very essential part because he's a military doctor. And when we had a meeting with him and we showed him the V2 project, and we told him that we were working with MedCom and the WTUs, and the WTUs is Wounded Transition Bases. There's a lot of wounded vets that are in bases right now that have horrific wounds that they have to stay at a base until these wounds are healed. And that's like the amputees, and some of them don't even have arms. These particular type of wounds are, and even brain wounds. So they're in these WTUs and WTBs. So when he's seen the vehicle that we were talking about, we took this to MedCom, and that's the medical part of the Wounded Transition Bases. And MedCom thought this was the greatest idea, like Ford coming out with a new car. But with the WTUs, their job is to get that wounded soldier healed, and then from that point, then he's transferred into VA for civilian life. So they said, well, we like this, and we would love to get this for our bases, but our soldiers won't be here long enough to be able to use the V2. So then that's why we recommended to go to the VA. And so that's what we've been pushing really, really hard. And Dr. Heck, or Congressman Heck, he's pushed us all the way up there to Washington, D.C. to be able to get that done. And now we have the ability to talk to Jeff Miller, which was the assigned person for the VA when the administrator of VA was, I guess you would say, he resigned, I guess. He resigned. Right. And now the new administrator is supposed to be Mr. McDonald. We have one shot, guys, to get this in front of them to make that decision. Everybody that's seen it likes it. Matter of fact, we just came from Las Vegas. There was a symposium from Paralyzed Veterans of America. and I met the CEO of that organization. And when he seen it, he said that I want my name on that pamphlet because this is a great idea. This is what vets want. And yesterday, we just got a new endorsement from United States Air Force Wounded Warriors program. So we're looking at, there's nobody that we know of that doesn't want to create jobs for veterans. And I've designed a economic development plan along with the VA to be able to create these jobs. It makes the administration more efficient. It gives jobs to the veterans, and it also creates manufacturing for the United States. There's nothing wrong with the project at all. I don't know anybody that said there's something wrong with it or there's something negative about the program. But right now, with all the people that I was telling you and the politicians that I had spoke about earlier, they all given me their letters of support. I have been running into problems with the Democratic side of our government, and I have talked to Horsford for 7 months to be able to give us a support letter for the V2 Economic Development Project, and he's just evaded me time after time. And I was trying to be cordial about it, but now I have to get out there. I've also been to Reed's office down there in Las Vegas. I've talked to their representatives as well, and they're the same way, very standoffish and everything. And the last person was Dina Titus, because she's on the board for the VA and what's going on with the VA right now. So I said, she is a great person for me to get in touch with. I went to Vegas, did a presentation with them. The administration there thought it was a great idea, but when I got to the director, I was shunned. Called him back and forth until he just gave me the runaround to the point that I just got upset and said, forget it. I'm looking at the veterans, they need help. You can't drive your cars, you can't be what you are in this country without the veterans. And it seems like our government treats them like dirt. And it's not all politicians, but this is supposed to be a nonpartisan thing. The veterans need jobs. I've created this project to be able to create jobs and make the VA more efficient, and the VA needs to look outside of the box. When they manufacture these units, they're going to be manufacturing for disabled vets, which will create manufacturing jobs for them, which will give them an environment of other disabled vets that are in the same problems that they are as well, and then they can help themselves heal one another. That is one of the things that we built into this manufacturing process. And we even had doctors to support that. Also, when we're talking about the veterans, once the manufacturing facilities are designed and start to hire the veterans, there's benefits with all this as well. So this is really a area where the veterans will create manufacturing jobs for themselves and also sustain themselves.
Go ahead.
Okay. Now, with that, when we're talking about the efficiency of the administration, if you look into the background of, let's say, a motorized electrical chair that you see a lot of vets driving in the street with right now, and that's illegal now. Mm-hmm. But those units run anywhere between $17,000 to $30,000, some of them. And a lot of people don't know that. Now, VA has been buying these units for these people, for the disabled vets, for a long time. So now if you take $40,000, some of them as high as $60,000, and what they do in this package is that they give them the van, the lift gate, and the electric chair. That all comes out between $40,000 and $60,000. Now, with the V2, it's a hybrid between the two, because some of the veterans can't even qualify for that kind of package. So then they're left out. So there's no transition between either you get a wheelchair or a walker, or you get the van. If you don't qualify for the van, then you're out. You just got to do the walker and the wheelchair, and you move on from there. That's why when I built the V2, it is street legal. It carries a wheelchair. It also powers up a medical equipment, and it gets 100 miles to a gallon. There's nothing negative towards it at all. And when you look at the administration, with the same budget of $60,000 or even $40,000, now with the price of what the V2 costs, you're helping 10 people instead of one person. So that makes the administration more efficient. And it's creating jobs. What product that the VA has right now that it supports that creates manufacturing jobs exclusively for veterans? Zero. And I'm having problems with this issue and having that support. And right now we've been invited to talk to Jeff Miller in Washington, D.C., and they told us that we have to have all the support letters and everything that we need for this roundtable of decision that they're going to make. So that's why I was trying to get the congressman and the senator and congresswoman to give me their support letters, and I've just been shunned. And this is supposed to be a nonpartisan thing. When these guys lost their legs, was it Democrat or Republican? I don't think so. When they got shot at with bullets, was it a Democratic or Republican bullet? I don't think so. It was American. It was American trying to give the American people their sovereignty. Now when they get back here, we get put into this politics stuff, and it's atrocious. And I think it needs to be stopped. And the persons that are doing this, I think they need to be reprimanded, because this is not right. I'm sorry. I get really
Okay.
I get really hard at this. It's part of that.
Hey, no, this is your show tonight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
live call-in show is 727-8750. But you've put quite a period of time in 8-9 years into this?
Well, when you're talking about the 8-9 years, one part of that is the manufacturing part of it.
Right.
Because you had to have a place to manufacture. You had to go through the city ordinances. And hardly know I've been going through that stuff for a long, long time. So a lot of people know who I am. But the politic parts, I've been going at this for at least a year and a half. At least a year and a half.
Well,
Could you explain exactly what you're trying to accomplish? What I'm getting at is you have a product, and you're trying to get the VA, the Veterans Administration, to provide that to people that could use it.
Yes.
So could you explain, how that happens? What needs to happen so the VA would purchase these things for the needy people?
Basically, when you're talking about the purchasing, and that's what's so good about this, is that the V2 and in the purchasing part, they have what they call a conveyance application for veterans. And what that is conveyance means any vehicle that transports a person from one place to another. So they already have this allocated for it. So I'm not trying to ask the VA to come out with something new, create a new program. All I'm saying is give the vets the opportunity to be able to make a choice. They don't even have a choice. Either you get the van or get the wheelchair, and that's the end of it. Like I said, it's depending on if they can qualify.
So who makes this decision? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Decisions is made, and that's really, really technical stuff. But
excuse me.
Go ahead.
We need to go to a break right now for
Sure.
some messages. When we
Sure.
come back, we'll pick up on that as soon as we get back.
All right. Thank you very much.